Some pump from Bitcoin and Ethereum. We're going to take a look at BTC first. So I just finished watching off the Federal Reserve, the FOMC meeting that they just had. They raised the basis point they raised 0.75 basis points, and they mentioned that they don't think that the US is in a recession, nor is the US will fall in a recession, and they think they can take the steps needed to kind of course correct where we're going right now and kind of to bring inflation back. It has caused Bitcoin to just rally. Like, this is an awesome candle. Let's take a look at how much. $1,300. That's a sexy candle. And let's take a look at where I think Bitcoin can end up going. I just want to get this posted in the Discord right now. So I want to make sure Abe does that. And it wasn't looking great for Bitcoin, but we had this hammer right here on the daily. And then we have this huge engulfing candle right here. Beautiful setup. So if we can break this resistance right here, I think, and the moving average right here, I think we have a good chance to head to $26,000. I still think we're in a great area. Let me just get this text out. And let's get started. So, we got a lot of travels. What's up, Hyder? What's up? What's up? What's up? So let's get started. Bitcoin snapped. This looks like I'm still looking for a lower high. We're in a clear downtrend. If we take a look at the weekly right now, you can see that kind of looks like we're coming up to test this moving average. This is kind of the area I'm looking at, 26.5K. And I'll show you guys why I think that as well. If we get the weekly 4 and 9 crossover, that'll be a huge buy signal. We have 4 days and 8 hours left. If we can get like the golden cross on the weekly under this moving average and we get like a huge pump here, that could be a huge opportunity. The last time we got a golden cross on the weekly was here, gave us a huge pump. We got one right here as well after the huge dump from the first, after the first bull trend dump right here. And then you got the exit here. Here was a whipsaw. So I think maybe worst case, depending on what happens in the world, like we can get another whipsaw here where we cross, but actually get rejected and then come back down to test lows or even make new lows. So let's take a look on the daily right now and why I think we're going to go to $26,000. If anybody has any analysis or thoughts, I'd like to hear that out as well. But I'm going to take my Fibonacci from the lower high to the lower low, and we got rejected here. And if we, like I mentioned, can kind of just keep trading, and it definitely looks like it. Like, this is a huge bullish candle. I think we have the next meeting in 8 weeks. So we have some space in between for Bitcoin to kind of just move up. There's kind of nothing stopping it, in my opinion. If we can trade, and let me get this back here. If we can break this prior local high right here and this moving average, so approximately $24,000, I have a good feeling that we'll just dive right into the 26.8K region right here and potentially come up to even test this lower high right here. I don't think that Bitcoin is going to break into a new all-time high right away. I definitely think there's going to be some, time in between that. So if we draw the trend line, something like that, best case scenario, depending on how long this takes, if we break above here and it's a drawn out, pump, maybe we can get rejected at the 30. I'm thinking more the $29,000 range right here. So these are the best case scenarios. If we can get back above the moving average and break the prior high that we just put in right here at $24,000, I can see a clear way to 26 potentially $27,000. And depending on where, how quick or how long that takes, maybe the moving average would be, somewhere around this line here, the $29,000 mark, if we make it up there for a nice, rejection. And that would put us, that would be another lower high. As you can see, we put a lower high here, a lower high here. And I just want to take a look at where Bitcoin kind of got rejected from last time. So if we take it from this lower high to this lower low, you can see that we actually came up, where is it? To the 23.6 mark. So if we do the same thing, this is actually past the 23.6 mark. And now we're at the 38.2, which is usually a strong area. And I'm just hoping that we just keep bulling right through this. I don't, like I mentioned, don't think we're ready just to blast off into all-time highs, or we're just gonna like see a huge recovery back to the 40, back to the 50K so quickly. I just don't think so. What I like to see on the daily as well, and let me point out a few things. So we have the 26.5K mark around here, and then the bottom, this huge support, and then a let go here, and then we just kind of went free fall right there. So what I wanted to take a look at was the RSI as well. I think that we have some juice here, because if we take a look, we got rejected here, and at the 50 mark is a great area for RSI. So if you take a look, we got rejected here, we got rejected here, and then once again here, and once again here after we kind of broke down from the support and went onto a huge dump. You can see that we got rejected here, broke above, and after getting rejected from the MA here, from the moving average on the daily, we came back and retested, and now we rebroke this. So we haven't seen anything like this on the RSI since April, which is quite some time. So I'm really, hoping that there's some strength there, and Bitcoin keeps pumping. Bitcoin keeps pushing to the 26 mark. That is the first TP. I mean, first it's getting past the 24 local high and then working its way back to the 26K. And then from there on end, we'll take a look and see if that's the lower high, and kind of take a look at the price action. So that is it for Bitcoin. Let's take a look at Ethereum as well. Ethereum has just kind of been leading this. So let's take a look at the daily, and Ethereum is a little bit different than what we're seeing on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, let me just quickly go back. You can see that we're under the moving average, while Ethereum got supported on the moving average with this nice hammer candle and this bullish engulfing candle to follow. So right after that, it looks like we're testing these local highs pretty much right here. If Ethereum, and this kind of looks like aside from this far, the price action down here, but kind of looks like a bullish flag, and I can use from the bottom here all the way to the top. We have this small red candle, but this huge uptrend this huge move to the upwards, and then you have this consolidation, and now it looks like it's ready to, Ethereum looks like it's ready to keep going, honestly, and break out of this and make new local highs, kind of come and test this area right here, maybe the $2,000 mark. So let's do the same thing. Let's go on a higher time frame, and this is interesting. You can see that we are about to get rejected, and or we're about to break the moving average on the weekly, which is a huge resistance right now. And once we cross it, it could be used as a support. So we're also seeing the 4 and 9 cross on the weekly. If this holds up in 4 days, it looks like we will get that cross, signaling a pretty strong buy signal for Ethereum. I know you've missed the bottom, which was like $885, about 100%, almost 100% at this price today, which is an awesome trade. But if we break That's an awesome opportunity as well. People use the moving average for multiple reasons, for a trend lagging indicator, support and resistance, and then you can use two of them in conjunction like I'm doing here. So if this breaks above, people will potentially be taking that trade to the upside, as we got rejected here, as we wicked up and we couldn't close above. And you can see this would be a huge hammer candle on the weekly. It's just like Ethereum's showing so much strength. It's crazy. So if we go from the prior lower high to the lower low, you can see all the interesting points right here. I think that this one is a great one for me. 1910, approximately actually $1,900. My line's off a little bit. Let's get it up. 1896. And I like that because you can see how it got rejected from here, and then it used it as support here, 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 and then it actually used as support here and then broke down. So a lot of people probably think that Ethereum is going to that $2,000 mark, but and a lot of people have their orders probably on that round $2,000 area, where it could just get rejected right below 2,000, and a lot of people would miss out. And that 1896, $1,900 area kind of looks like a good spot to do so. If it breaks above that, I was thinking that 2,100 or just slightly above $22,000 would be a good area, but if you look at the 61.8%, you can see that's all the way at $2,500. So this would be the other scenario if we kind of just go up and the moving average would be kind of, tilting down over the weeks, where Bitcoin, or not Bitcoin, but Ethereum just thrusts up and then breaks down, because I still believe we are going to put in a lower high here, and crypto, but Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to trend lower, might even retest the lows and even go lower. That's kind of what I'm looking at, but I see a pump beforehand. Bitcoin to 26K, Bitcoin to 29K, Ethereum to 1900, potentially 22 and 2500. If Ethereum keeps pushing the way it has been the last few days, it's just been insane. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. This would be a huge rejection area as well, this weekly MA, and then it can kind of come back down and test these lows. So Ethereum has just been, just crushing it the last few days with this hammer candle and this bullish engulfing, and just bouncing off this moving average. I can see us, definitely break this resistance right here, this top, and trade higher, putting in a new local high. So Ethereum's looking bullish. Bitcoin's just pushing as well. Everything's looking great. That's all I'm going to cover for these for this video. There's a ton of altcoins that have probably bounced. On Sunday, we're going to be traveling to the Dominican Republic for the financial summit. So if you're going to be there, let's link up. And then directly after, we're going to be flying to Toronto for the Blockchain Futurist Conference. I'll be speaking there. And then we have a bunch of other events popping up, like Bitcoin Amsterdam, Bitcoin in Miami 2023. And we're just going to be stacking events. So I just wanted to do a quick video on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, and what to expect. Ethereum's looking hot right now. The daily is looking way different than the daily on Bitcoin, where you have so much resistance overhead. You have the moving average here. It looks like it's ready to pop off. And Ethereum, for Ethereum and Bitcoin, looks like it has some fighting to do, some clawing to do, coming back up here and then working its way to make new local highs. So make sure to subscribe. We have a ton of things coming away from competitions, vlogs, a ton of travels, events, and giveaways. So hit that subscribe button.